Good afternoon or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The moment that you've all been waiting for has arrived. The sports program is on the air. Gary Patterson and I are going to get you all straightened out on sports.
That's right.
And we got a lot. But first of all, a word from our sponsor. Join the Norfolk Community Television on June 10th at McCoy Stadium for the Paw Sox, a 1:35 p.m. game. That's an afternoon game for you folks that aren't that strong on time. With every ticket purchased, 50% of the proceeds goes right back to NCV TV to help fund their many programs and benefits to the town of Norfolk, and also to pay Gary and my salary. The game is also dog-friendly and will include a pre-game dog parade. Now, I don't know where you folks can go and have so much fun for just $10. So, $10 tickets are available at www.norfolkcable.com. And I'm sure that the kids will get that at the end of our program and put that up again for you all to conveniently purchase numerous tickets.
Should be a fun day.
It should be a dandy, especially the dog stuff.
Yeah, that's unique, having a dog day.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're going to let the dogs stay out in the outfield too during the game.
During the game?
Yeah, it's going to be something, I'll tell you. I'm looking forward to it. So, I had a lot of things planned to talk about in order and all that. Let me just do a couple, and then we'll just jump right into all this stuff.
Okay.
We've had some passings, and a couple of Norfolk folks. Tommy Malloy, who used to live over on Cleveland Street, who I went through grades 1 through 12 with, passed away. And of course, that really hurts because he's 77 and I'm 77.
Yeah, classmates are.
Yeah, and I start thinking about, whoa, wait a minute, this is getting close to home. Also, a very delightful friend, Carol Culp, who was Carol Hall back in her maiden days, and they lived up on Miller Street at Hall's Farm. And Carol passed, a very kind and gentle and very sweet lady. So we're so much the poorer for her passing also. And our thoughts and prayers go out for 32-year-old Sean Gannon and his family. This is a police officer who was slain in Yarmouth, Mass, trying to serve a warrant on some criminal.
It's a shame.
In my estimation, there's no need for a trial.
No.
None. Listen, deserters were shot in World War II. Bang, a quick court-martial and bang. And that's all this bum deserves.
Kill a cop.
Yep. Man. And one more note, the town of Nipawin, the town of Humboldt, I should say, up in Saskatchewan, is in mourning the death of...
Yeah, terrible story.
That terrible bus tragedy up there. Their junior hockey team was headed for the playoffs, and a truck hit the bus. 16 were killed and 13 injured.
Yeah, thoughts are with them.
Yeah, and all of Canada is in mourning about this. Yeah. By the way, the Red Sox had a 50-50 raffle last night. And I thought this, or was it the Bruins?
It was the Bruins,
The
I
Bruins.
think.
And it was something, it was up around 150,000
Yeah.
bucks.
I think the Bruins donated 50,000 as an organization, and then they were going to also have a 50-50 raffle.
Yeah.
And I heard that it garnered a lot more money than they thought it was going to.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that's good. It was
So
a
our thoughts are
real
with
tragedy.
all those folks
Yeah.
and their families.
Yeah.
And one other too, Carl Scheib passed away. Carl Scheib was 91 years old and pitched for the old Philadelphia A's.
Huh.
And he was another one of these guys that, one of the very first baseball cards I got.
Is that right?
1951 Bowman's.
Huh.
Carl Scheib.
Carl Scheib.
Yep. And so that, again, that hits home too. When
Yeah.
those kind of people pass away.
Time waits for nobody.
It doesn't. You're absolutely right. It does not, including Catherine Tappan. Remember Kathy?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was as cute as a June bug.
Yeah.
And she was on, in between periods, on the NHL Hockey Network. It was the night before last. I was watching the Winnipeg Jets. Kathy's aged.
Yeah. I haven't seen her in a while. I know she's bounced around a little bit.
Yeah, she's been gone about 10 years, 8 years, something
like
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
And it looks like more than 8 years have piled up. Again, time waits for no man.
Yeah. Life on the road.
Boy, I'll tell you. So, where do you want to start?
Boy, we could start almost anywhere, Bill. We
I'm
got the
telling
Red
you.
Sox smoking hot. We got
Yeah. I mean, it just
Bruins
goes
game
up.
last night, which was a great
Yep.
game.
I'll
First game
tell
of
you
the
what,
playoffs was
why-
last night as a
why-
point of reference.
Why don't we make our choices?
Okay.
But first of all, Jerry Moses passed away.
Oh, Jerry Moses. I
Yeah.
remember Jerry Moses.
And
very
Rusty
well.
Staub.
And Rusty Staub.
Yes, sir. They both passed
I
away.
miss Rusty Staub, yeah. Good left-handed.
And the Red Sox, when they get Rick Porcello more than 3 runs, last year he was 11-0.
Wow.
How about that?
Yeah.
Now, Gary, before we dive into this, I just have one question for you.
All right.
Are you happy at work?
Actually, I am fairly happy at work. Yeah.
Because here's a help wanted ad that I looked at this and I said, this is Gary all over.
Okay.
The St. Joseph's Indian School in Chamberlain, South Dakota, seeks house parents for its residential program to create a family environment and care for children in campus homes. More than a job, it's a one-of-a-kind experience. We accept both single and married applicants, salary, full benefits, health, dental, vision, life, retirement, generous time off for breaks and holidays. This scenic resort town abounds in water sports, fishing, and hunting.
Is that right?
Yeah.
In South Dakota?
South Dakota.
Huh.
And
I've been to South Dakota. I drove through
Yeah.
when I was in my youth.
Well, let me tell you, I've been in 49 of the 50 contiguous states.
Yeah.
South Dakota is the only one I missed.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I was interested in this, but the bride told me I wasn't going.
Yeah. Huh.
So
Well, economy's good. Jobs.
that's it. Jobs is right. South Dakota is booming.
So is it?
Yeah, that shale oil. Oh, man.
Yeah.
and natural gas. I mean,
Yeah.
they are ripping it up out there. South Dakota, North Dakota, Western PA, and, of course, Texas.
Yeah.
Shale is really making
We're
millionaires.
exporting more energy than we're importing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. It's a one story.
Yeah.
Really. All right, the National Hockey League playoffs. In the East, we have Boston versus Toronto.
Yeah. I like the Bruins.
Yep. Gary picks the Bruins, and Bill picks the Bruins, although Toronto did not show up last night.
Well, they showed up for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
From the second half of the first period to the first half of the second period.
And then it was over.
They kind of they carried the play.
Yeah. Austin
But-
Matthews was missing in action
Yeah.
quite often.
He had
out
one
there.
really good opportunity
Yeah.
that he didn't convert, and
And he's a terrific hockey
he is a
player.
terrific hockey player. The series is not over.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
When they go up there to Toronto, this thing is going to change.
I like the Bruins in game 2, though.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
This momentum.
Yeah.
And by the way, I know how the game ended up, but I still don't like them benching Donato. The kid can put the puck in the net.
Yeah. Was he not even dressed?
No.
Huh.
No, they sat him out
I
for
came
those
in late.
scrubs that play the fourth line. I'll tell you what, in a 2-2 game, and you have to go into overtime, they could regret not dressing him.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay versus the New Jersey Devil. Tampa Bay won last night.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Tampa Bay in
Yeah.
the series.
I don't see Tampa Bay getting derailed here.
No.
The Washington Capitals versus the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Right. Columbus won the first game? Is
No.
Oh,
No, Washington.
They won it? Well, I like Washington in that series, for sure.
And I do too. In looking at the specs, all the records at the end of the season, Columbus had one guy who got more than 20 goals.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they're not exactly an offensive powerhouse.
Yeah. No, I like Washington.
And Washington can shoot lights out.
Yeah.
Penguins and the Flyers. The Penguins won last night,
Yeah.
7-0.
Yeah, I would absolutely be on the Penguins here, like everybody else.
Yeah, I was rather hoping we'd end up against the Flyers there. It's like putting some pylons out there and playing against them. Now, Nashville Predators and the Colorado Avalanche. Nathan McKinnon is growing up.
Who won last night? I know that game was on.
I think it was late. I don't know who won.
I don't know who won either.
I don't know. That's good, because we don't know.
Right.
Nathan McKinnon was #1 draft choice
Yeah, good.
out of New Brunswick.
Yeah.
And he's growing up. And he's going to be a hell of a player for many years. But Nashville has played well.
Yeah, I'm on Nashville in this series.
I'm going to go with Colorado in an upset.
Yeah, I think that would be an upset.
The Golden Knights of Las Vegas versus the LA Kings. The Knights won last night, 1-0.
Yeah, I'd probably just take the Knights. I mean, they've just been so improbable all year.
Do you know,
I mean, we've never really seen anything like this.
No.
Now, do you believe in the Las Vegas?
Miracle?
No, the issue of teams show up in Vegas and they all go out the night before the game, and then they
Young players with lots of money in their hands.
Young players with
in
lots
their
of money.
pockets, and they go out and it's a
Yeah.
whole city full of beautiful women.
They
And,
fly in the afternoon of the day before. They go out that night. The next game, they're in Las Vegas. And they're young guys with lots of money.
wow.
And they're in Vegas.
I find that hard to believe.
And they can go sleep in their hotel room to prepare for the game, or they can venture out. So they have a name for it. Not the Las Vegas flu, but the Las Vegas something.
Yeah.
I forget. Yes.
I can see it happening.
I can see it happening too. Now, I would think it would be less likely in the playoffs than the regular season.
You would think.
Right.
But there's always going to be those ne'er-do-wells that want
Well,
to mesmerized by the bright lights.
It's a city of temptation.
Have you ever landed at night in Las Vegas?
No, I don't think so.
The lights,
Yeah.
it's obscene.
Well, what I did do in 1978 with my friend Bob Arts, we drove across the country in my van, which we customized out, and we came into Vegas at night from through the desert. We had come up through Arizona, and we saw it in the distance because it was flat, and we were still probably 50 miles out, and all of a sudden it was like, what is that? Is that it? And as we approached it, it just got bigger and bigger until we got there. Wow. So a similar type experience,
Yeah.
but I was actually driving a van.
You know, the best experience I had driving around the country and seeing something fantastically beautiful was being on Route 80, driving across and going down between mountain peaks into Salt Lake City.
Ah,
The mountains on either side.
yeah, that's
were
supposed to be driving. Never been to Salt Lake City.
Going
Yeah.
down there. Yeah, after that, Salt Lake City is a big disappointment. But,
Yeah,
unless you like girls that wear their skirts all the way to their ankles.
yeah.
I'm going to take the LA Kings. I
Are ya?
am.
Yeah,
Yep, I
I can
believe.
see it.
I believe that this could be
could
the
be
moment
the bubble
where,
burst.
that Las Vegas comes down to earth.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
So I'll go with Vegas.
All
but
right.
I don't feel great about it.
The Winnipeg Jets versus the Minnesota Wild. The Jets won
Yeah.
3-2. I think.
I think
it was.
Winnipeg's pretty good. I'm going to take them.
Yep, me too. I like Winnipeg.
I haven't seen them that much, but
They're a big team, heavy team. They're hard to play against. Anaheim Ducks versus the Sharks.
yeah.
Yeah, close your eyes and pick a number.
Yeah.
I think they.
I think so.
You know,
I'm going to go with the Sharks.
I think I'll stick with the Ducks, and for no good reason, other than I wonder about the Sharks' goaltending.
Yeah.
Maybe
again,
not world class.
when it comes to the Western Conference, I'm
Yeah,
not very well versed.
Nor am I. Who the hell can stay up till 10?
Yeah, those games are on late.
Those games,
Yeah.
By the way, I have a quick report for you
Okay.
on two of Claude Julien's favorite whipping boys.
Okay, good. Yes.
Ryan Spooner was traded to the Rangers. He got in 20 games with the Rangers, 4 goals and 12 assists for 16 points. He keeps that up. He's going to be a very, very nice
Yeah.
addition.
Very solid.
And with the Bruins, he was in 39 games, 9 goals, 16 assists for 25. So he totaled out at 13 goals, 28 assists, 41 points in 59 games. Respectable.
And for him, we got Nash.
Yep. And
I'd still do the trade.
for 1 year.
I know.
We also kissed off a #1 draft choice, too.
Oh, number one went with it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a price.
I
I like having Nash for this playoff run.
I do, too, but
I think we got a real chance.
and if it works out, we're going to say that was a gutsy trade.
Well, Nash missed the last 12 games,
yeah.
right? But he looked good last night.
He did, and he was throwing his
game
weight
one.
around out
Yeah, he
there,
was.
too.
He
And he's a big boy.
created some opportunities.
Yep.
This team's got a chance.
That's right.
It really does.
Yes, it does. Now, Joe Morrow, who
Yeah.
Julien would not dress
Kicked around for years.
upstairs,
Yeah.
it's just in the press box, is now taking a regular turn as a third or fourth defenseman. He's on the
Yeah.
third, fourth pairing with the Winnipeg Jets. He had played 38 games for Montreal, which is interesting. He was able to play for Montreal, up in Montreal for Julien,
Yeah.
but couldn't dress him as a Bruin. He was 5'6" for 11 points, 5 goals, 6 assists for 11. Had 18 games with Winnipeg, was 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points, but he takes a regular turn.
Yeah.
And he's out there killing penalties.
Third pair defenseman.
Yeah, but this guy,
I don't think we miss him, though.
no, we don't. No. Oh, well, he didn't fit in
Yeah.
Julien's system,
Right. So
but he can skate,
he can play in the league.
he can shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you're in the second pairing with a team like Winnipeg, I mean,
Yeah.
you got to be kidding me. Yeah.
In the second pairing?
Yes. Oh, yeah. He's either the third or fourth defenseman.
Oh, okay.
The first and two.
Yeah.
I explained it poorly.
He wouldn't
Yeah.
get that here.
No. He wouldn't dress here.
Not even close.
And an update on Jimmy Vesey
Yeah.
of SE. Ended up with 17 goals and 11 assists for 28 points with the Rangers. Now, they paid him a lot of money. He was a free agent,
Yeah.
college kid. But 17 goals, first full season,
Very solid.
solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only 11 assists, though, huh?
Yeah.
Huh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Which means his offensive integration isn't
Yeah.
complete quite yet. Or he's not heading into the corners to
Yeah.
dig out them pucks. But He'll learn.
He still should have come here.
He should have, is right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got the Patriots, we got the Bruins, and we got the Red Sox. Where would you like to go?
Well, we could start with, let's start with the Patriots.
Okay.
Since the draft is coming up in a couple of weeks.
So I get a bunch of subjects for you.
Okay.
First of all, the Pats turmoil story.
Yeah.
I get the Herald and the Globe. Mm-hmm. And Steve Buckley, Buck to his associates, stirs this pot continuously that this troika is at each other's throats. Kraft, Belichick, and Brady.
Yeah.
What do you make of this whole story? Has this story got legs or?
No, I think, I don't think it's a serious issue. They're professionals, right? I think the loss hurt. I think the loss really hurt. Losing the Super Bowl was tough. And so it's kind of the aftermath of that. Is Brady pissed? I think he could be. I think there's a lot of players on that team that wanted, they needed one play in the second half. They needed somebody to make one play. You think back to that game, all those third down conversions where they were punting if they didn't convert. And they had third and relatively long, 6, 7, 8. And one was like third and 11. And they converted every single one with a pass. If the Patriots make one play in the half, they win the Super Bowl. And the corners were being shredded. And Malcolm stood there, a guy who played 98% of the plays.
Crying.
And I think the players are upset.
I think so too.
Because I think, and I'm upset by it, I'll tell you the truth, because I think him not playing cost us the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I think there are a lot of players on that team who feel it. Now, they're going to move on. They're going to have to move on. But are they home a little pissed off? Yeah, I think they are.
I think so. Butler had a chance to speak out when he signed.
Right.
And didn't.
He didn't.
He didn't.
Took the high road.
He did. Now, I think he could have told the truth and been a man about it and been dignified and said, Coach saw it this way, I saw it this way.
Yeah.
But instead, he chose to say nothing.
Yeah.
Except, I loved my time there, I played hard, and the coach made the decision.
Yeah.
Now, I suppose that maybe that's the best thing to do. I don't know.
I don't either. It's just, it really goes beyond explanation. Now, I know he was sick that week. He was late getting there because of that. And so, if you want to say he doesn't start because he, wasn't really involved that much, that's fine.
You know what?
But when you have him dressed, you dressed him, and you're sitting there watching your secondary just get shredded,
Pummeled.
and Malcolm never sets foot on the field. I mean, I can't get over it, to be honest with you.
To be honest with you, I would have been incensed if he didn't start Butler, because this is the Super Bowl. This isn't us playing the Cleveland Browns in Week 13. You want to kick his ass and not start him? Okay.
Exactly.
But not in the Super Bowl.
Well, you know what? I'm even okay with saying you didn't start him. Fine. But how do you not play him?
Yeah.
When you're all we're doing is seeing the backs of those guys chasing those receivers.
I mean, our secondary...
Because that's what you needed, one play, and you have another championship.
Our secondary probably played as poorly as any Patriots team since pre-Belichick days.
Yeah.
All right.
It was the third downs. The third down conversions were they just needed one stop, and it was a pass on every conversion.
The Gronk story.
Yeah.
Will he or won't he?
I think he's coming back.
Does
this
he
year.
or doesn't he? Again, Buckley, a career baseball guy with the Herald, is now a social critic, and he's changed his writing style. And he's another one that is just hopping on this story.
Yeah, well,
he's not a football guy.
Got to have something to do.
Yeah, well, you're absolutely
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
I think he's
that
coming
or
back.
unemployment.
I think he's on a year-to-year plan, but I think he's going to play. And
Let's see. What's
he
do?
is young, but when you read the list of injuries he's had, it is
Like
and
you
the
were
surgery,
absolutely
the 8 surgeries,
Yep.
and
He's got to say to himself, been lucky so far. I'm still mobile. I'm still up. I can still move. I still have a nice, long life ahead of me.
you're right.
At what time do I stop rolling the dice?
Yeah,
And I don't think it will be this year.
yeah. I think he's playing this year.
But if he hangs it up at the end of the, especially if he gets another
If he has,
injury.
if he gets,
Yeah.
I think he's kind of maneuvering. He's due to make $9 million. I think.
Yeah.
And that's not top of the.
Well,
It's nowhere near wide receiver money.
an
And he's more
interesting-
valuable than any of these receivers who is
Yeah,
just signing for
you ain't just
$16 million a
kidding.
year.
You ain't
I mean,
kidding.
he is way more valuable than
he's
them.
the best tight end in football.
But forget
and
being a tight end,
what a
just
weapon.
the contributor,
Yeah.
a weapon.
Yep.
Right word, weapon.
Here's an interesting thing, too, that according to a column that I read, I forget who the hell, it might have been Karen Garigian, if they adjusted his salary up this year, even though it goes up, the cap would come down.
Depending how they did it, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but she said there is a way they can do this.
They've got cap
That's
space.
really and truly is good for both
Yeah.
Gronk and for the Pats.
I don't think the cap space is a factor.
Well, they'd like to run it out there.
They still have some money.
They do. They got
You
around
know?
13 and a half,
Yeah.
14. And plus, little things like this. And they haven't approached a couple of other guys, too, that really are going to have to ratchet their pay down a little bit.
And they
too,
also,
if they wanna keep playing.
haven't addressed Brady. Brady's on at 22 right now
Yeah.
in that number. So there's things that could be done with Brady to free up
Yeah, do you think,
more than enough money to
do
deal
you
with.
think
with
Brady
Gronk.
is really being selfish and saying, you know what, they're paying Garoppolo 28 or whatever.
No. I don't think so at all.
No, you think he's going to be compliant and say...
No, I don't know if he's going to be compliant, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as it has been in the past.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Because Brady always said, look, give the money to the other guys. I know you'll take care of me downstream. And you know what? Kraft will take care of him downstream.
Yeah.
Unless there is a breakup where Belichick says, you're all done, Brady. And Brady says, I want to play another year. And he ends up out in Oakland or something.
If that was going to happen, it would have been this year.
I think so.
And they would have kept
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Well,
They had Jimmy.
hold that
And
thought.
they let him,
The Brandon Cook story.
Yeah.
Get rid of a number one.
Yeah, I'm
Get him.
actually good with what they've done. I'm okay with it.
I
I like
think-
getting that 23rd pick.
From a business point of view, wise.
Right.
All right? And from a draft choice point of view, wise.
Right.
But I will go nuts, nuttier, if, in fact, he trades down for some 3s and 4s or something
He
like
could.
that. I know.
He could. Actually, the pick I think he's going to trade is the San Francisco pick. I think he is going to trade that pick so whoever he picks isn't automatically equated with what we got for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Exactly.
He's going to trade that pick, get a couple of more picks, trade them around so that it's hard to connect the dots to say exactly what they got for Jimmy Garoppolo. If you get one player, use that pick on a player,
Yeah.
you better hit.
Yeah.
You better hit.
Yeah.
Or this place is going to go crazy.
Just like taking 3 different kinds of ice cream and put it in the blender.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a chocolate
So
frap.
I feel confident that San Francisco second round pick will be traded on draft night.
I think you may have something.
Yeah.
I think so.
Trade down for a later second and a
No,
third, or maybe even better, a third next year. So you can defer.
How about really doing something ballsy? A 2 and a 3 for the 28th pick in the draft in the first round.
Well, you could do something like
Because
that.
that's the first pick in the second round. is
What is?
the Garoppolo.
No, it's not.
No?
No, it's like the 10th pick in the second round. It's number 43.
When the trade was made, it would have been the first pick in the
Yes.
second round, but
then they
Garoppolo went out there and
won-
made some magic.
they won the last
yes,
5
You're
games.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right. So scrub that
and then I
idea.
think they lost the coin toss too. So that's why it's actually I think it's the 11th pick because it's
All
32
right.
picks.
So
Pick
the
43.
11th pick in the second round and a pick in the third round is not going to get us in the first round.
Yeah.
Forget about it. It'll be a
But I hope they. I don't want to see them trade out. They need players. So, this quarterback thing. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if they really love somebody, but they need players. And there's some tackles there. They're not necessarily first day starter types, but give them to Dante. Let him work with them. And
they've signed a half a dozen of those guys.
Yeah.
Well, they've signed 3 or 4 of them anyway.
they got a couple of guys
Yeah.
around. They got some depth, but
Yeah,
not-
it doesn't look
I
like
don't know if it's
anybody's
starter
gonna be all
quality,
pro.
right? So,
What-
but they need to look. I mean, linebacker. I'd like to see them draft a corner. So they have 5 picks now in the third round. Assuming even if they move around, they keep 5 picks in the first 3 rounds. I mean, tackle. I think they need 2 linebackers. I think they need a corner and a tight end.
Or a wide receiver.
I think they're actually okay at wide receiver.
Well,
I like this kid Jordan Matthews that they signed.
Well, I tell you
he was
who-
a good receiver.
I-
He got hurt last year.
I'll tell you who I like, who should benefit from Brandon Cooks being traded, and that's Philip Dorsett.
Yeah,
Listen, you can't teach
they
speed.
supposedly love him.
Yeah, and he works hard.
Yeah, they like him.
Him and Brady got on the same page.
Yeah.
Well, if that continues for a second year,
Yeah.
as I say, you can't teach speed. I
Over
mean,
the summer.
Dorsett has got speed.
If he goes out to whatever it is, South Dakota with Brady for
Yeah.
the summer, wherever he goes.
That's right.
Yeah,
Out in the boondocks.
with him and Edelman and
Yeah. You're right. I think so.
Montana. I think it's Montana,
I
actually.
think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Montana. All right, so we lost Danny Amendola,
Yeah.
Nate Solder, Butler, and was the running back.
Yeah.
We've
Signed
Is-
him a
is
running
that-
back. Signed a running
yeah,
back.
we signed a running back. You know what? Running backs it's like going to Shaw's Market and
Yeah.
getting 3 pounds of hamburger. Oh, you should have gone to Rochi's. Their hamburger's better. It
Yeah.
all comes from the same cows, and I think running backs are like that.
And they might draft one fifth round, 6th round.
I'll be willing to bet
Not
you
worried
they
about.
won't.
Not worried about running
There's
back.
too many of them. They're free agents.
Yeah.
Especially somebody from a Acorn State or something like that, some obscure.
And the cuts at the from other teams.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The cuts. And then there's always look, I'll give you number 5, 5th round draft choice for this
Yeah.
guy. They can find people. Tell me something now. Now that we have, by the way, I'm going to miss Amendola.
Yeah.
I love Amendola.
Yeah, everybody did.
But you know what? 32 years old. He may get hit a couple of times and
Yeah.
all the wheels will fall off.
Assuming Edelman comes back,
Yep.
which I think he will. He's just
He's got something to prove.
he's possessed,
Yep.
right? Possessed kind of guy. So I
they
think
get
they're
the
gonna.
best looking
I like
women
this.
too. When
I like
they're
yeah.
stars.
I like this kid Jordan Matthews too. He's a slot type receiver. So
You know, of the others, the one that I saw very little of, but it's intriguing, is Kenny Britt.
yeah,
He's a big receiver.
Right.
He's a tough dude.
right. Well, I'll tell you, as of this afternoon, there's another free agent out there because he just got released. Is Des Bryant. So the Patriots actually traded the pick to Dallas that Dallas used to draft Des Bryant. I remember that because I was wondering if the Patriots were going to draft him at the time. They traded the pick to them. It was the 24th pick in the first round, if I recall. And Des got released today, as expected. Yeah.
That's going to set off a chain reaction.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the question is, would you consider, if you were a Patriots decision maker, would you consider talking to Des Bryant?
It's going to be. Do we have the money to talk to him?
Well, assuming they wouldn't pay him, assuming they would say, look, he just got released, we'll give you a 1-year prove-it contract, hit the market next year.
Yeah. 1 year, just
That's all the Pats
show
would
me
do.
deal.
A show me deal. We'll put some incentives in it, so
Yeah.
if you have a good year,
Yeah. You'll make 7 or 8 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But if you want to come and increase your market value, why don't you come catch passes from Tom Brady for
But-
a year?
Be prepared to work hard.
Right.
And if you come here, that's why you're going to
Yeah.
get a low salary.
It ain't
because-
Dallas.
No, that's right. This is not a country club.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I don't see Belichick doing that.
Yeah, I think it would be.
Out of the character. Oh,
I think he would consider it, but I think there's going to be a bunch of teams that pursue him.
he's not going to get involved in a bidding war. I can tell you that.
And if he can get either the Eagles or the Rams excited about it, that would be a good move for him too.
Yeah.
Especially the Eagles.
Rams.
How would he love to be with the Eagles and go back into Dallas
Holy moly.
as the team that's going to win the division?
Yeah. Well,
Catching
the
passes
Rams are
Carson
signing
Wentz.
people and making trades. They're going for it.
The Rams are. It's crazy what the
Yeah,
Rams are doing.
yeah. But they have
They're
said-
going for it.
they
That's
said,
right.
"We're going for
They're
it."
loading up.
Now that Jimmy Garoppolo trade is over,
Yeah.
let's look back on it. Should we have done that the way we did it for for a second rounder?
I just don't think they got enough. The ultimate decision I agree with. He had to go. Brady's the quarterback. This is assuming you're going to get 2 or 3 more years from Brady, which I think you're going to. You had to do the deal. So that's fine. Did you get enough? I don't think so. Even if you couldn't get a first, if we were all overvaluing it, I'm surprised they didn't get something else. Didn't get a fourth. Didn't get it. Bill loves those late picks. He loves those 4th and 5th round picks.
A wide receiver that caught 41 passes last year
Something.
that's got burning
Right.
speed and cement hands
yeah.
or something.
I don't know if there was a lot to choose from on the 49ers. Now, they're a young rising team, but
A young D-back.
if you remember the rumors back this time last year about what his, getting the 12th pick in the draft or whatever it was for him, and now maybe that was all baloney. I don't know,
How about Cleveland?
but
And the number 1 draft
Yeah.
pick for Garoppolo.
well, you heard the stories that they came out,
Yeah.
said they called and they were told
Yeah, he's off.
they never got to
forget about it. Yeah.
wouldn't even talk about it.
NFL rule changes. Leading with the head and tackling, blocking, running.
Running.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a huge rule change. I mean, it's going to be, their intent is good, right? To reduce the head injuries. I think it's a major change that
If it's enforced.
there's going to be a transition period, though, where it's going to be rough. Because that is really, you think about the big running backs that come through leading with their helmet, they're not allowed to do that anymore. Everybody thinks about the safeties and the corners, right? But the linebackers, I mean, even the linemen. But think about the way the running backs use the weapon. I mean, I've commented on it for years. They use that helmet as a weapon.
Of course they do. How
And that has
about
been
Brady and his
banned.
quarterback sneak
Yeah,
at the goal line?
right,
That's not going to be allowed
right. So
unless he stands up and walks in.
So it depends on, I think it's a major change.
Is this a change that was put through for shock value and it's okay? Now that I've got your attention, we've got to work this out among the teams, because if this thing stands and they actually enforce this the way it's written, the first few games are going to be like watching the Three Stooges.
Yeah. I think the lawyers are behind the whole thing. I think the NFL lawyers are, now that all the CTE stuff is coming out, are telling them, our position needs to be, as soon as this data was released and we were made aware of what was going on, we immediately took steps to ban it. I think it's the NFL lawyers in New York saying, you need to move quickly on this because this CTE thing is not in your favor.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the asbestos people back in the 50s, you know? I mean, it's like
Tobacco people.
the tobacco
Yeah.
people. It's like you need to. So now that this stuff has come out, now that it is actually clear that they have real data to support what they're saying, we need to move quickly and decisively.
Did you see what Brett
Even-
Favre said today?
No.
I don't know. I probably had 1,000.
Yeah, who
Concussions.
knows? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Who knows?
And he's facing short-term memory loss right now.
Is he?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of players like him.
well, sure.
I mean, how many did Emmitt Smith have? I mean, you know.
How about some of the middle linebackers too?
Yeah, well, Ted Johnson, right, is exhibiting.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Issues, yeah.
Well, he was one of the first ones to ever talk about that.
Yeah. So honestly, not to be cynical, but I think this whole thing is about liability, not about player
I
safety.
tell you what, you're absolutely right. Because they would not be doing this. They would not be screwing with their product
Right.
unless their back was to the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, this might be too little too late.
It could be.
We may not recognize football in a couple of
Yeah.
years.
But to me, it's got the lawyers written all over it.
Yeah. Well, how about the Red Sox? I think we gotta
Yeah.
get to them.
Let's get to them. It's a good story so far.
Boy, I'll tell you. The injuries. Let's see now. What?
Yeah,
is this?
Hanley went down last night.
Yeah.
Doesn't look bad. That's okay. Let's give him a few days on the bench. Keep those at-bats down.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, but we got
been producing, though.
Nunez has when you talk about losing a step, he's lost more than a step.
Yeah.
We've got Price now with numbness in his hand.
Going to start Tuesday, though.
And
Yeah.
what if the numbness is being caused by up here?
Yeah. Well,
Time
he
will
has
tell.
looked good.
Yes, he has.
Yeah. He's
All
had
spring
command.
training. All spring training.
He's looked good. He's had command of his pitches.
And Xander's hurt again.
Yeah, on just a crazy play.
I mean, he's a walk-in hospital case.
Yeah.
But by the way, Hanley is Hanley. Petey's out, and we don't have any idea when he's coming back. Oh, he's ahead of schedule. What the hell's that?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they were talking May all along, right? So,
I'll be happy to see him in May.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're getting by fine without him. Hopefully he'll bring a boost in May.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Now, Tyler Thornburg lit up the light down in Florida at 95 on the gun.
Did he?
Yeah. So the Red Sox are saying, whoa, maybe we'll get some relief here soon.
Yeah, they need as we've talked about on this show for months, I still think all winter they needed a left-handed reliever. They still need a left-handed reliever. I like this young kid they got. That's all well and good. They need a second left-handed, like a lead left-handed reliever out there.
Well, I'll tell you what, partner. I'll skip to this. Hembree and Bonds are both weak so far out of the gate.
Yeah.
Are the Red Sox once again guilty of overrating their players? Remember in spring training, our bullpen's all set. We don't need any more arms.
Yeah.
Well, Kelly, Hembree, Bonds, and Waldron can't find the plate.
Yeah.
And Carson Smith looks shaky too.
Yeah.
So-
I'm okay. I think they need another relief pitcher. I would prefer it to be a lefty. Mm-hmm. And honestly, they could use a lefty and a righty. If you could get a lefty and a righty and not have maybe Hembree on your team,
Listen, Hembree can only pitch to right-handers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Addison,
Yeah, Reed I'd stick with for now, and hopefully he'll come around. I think he's still kind of coming back from his injury, so I wouldn't give up on what we got.
Well, now, then let me make another point here, and that was Craig Kimbrell.
Yeah,
Lights up.
lights up.
Have you noticed his control is much improved since he dropped from 100 and 101 miles an hour when we first got him down to 96 and 97?
Yeah.
Not having the problems.
Right. And he's got the command of the breaking ball.
When-
He has that breaking
That's
ball is just a killer.
When you got pinpoint control of that fastball, there's going to be a lot of 0 and 2 and 1 and 2 counts. And when he drops that curveball in there,
Lights
nobody's hitting that.
out. Lights out.
Yeah. And I would love to see Kelly finally try to buy off on
Yeah,
that.
Kelly's, been frustrating from the beginning.
Yep.
Because he's got talent.
Major League
His ball moves. He's got multiple
minor league
pitches.
head. I don't know. But I do have one very important thing, and that is, why didn't Christian Valdez either tackle or get in front of Austin? Jason Varitek and Carlton Fisk must be furious at his lack of participation.
Yeah.
Not to mention his own teammates.
Yeah.
I wonder if he yelled, "You're on your own, Joe!" And I wonder something else, too. If that old war horse, John Lackey, was out there, it would have been a little different meeting on the mound.
Yeah.
Or Josh Beckett or Kurt Schilling. Yeah. Would Valdez be hearing something about that from those guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was a poor move by Valdez.
Vasquez, right? Yeah.
Vasquez, I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's the catcher's job to protect the pitcher.
Yeah.
So,
You either tackle a guy from the back,
Yeah.
or you are quicker and you get in front of him.
Kelly made it known right off the bat he was in,
That's right.
right? So
Well-
I don't know if Vasquez saw that Kelly was like, "Let's go," and said, "All right, he wants to go," which he really shouldn't do,
No.
right? But Kelly wanted to go.
Yeah, he was not going to back off.
Yeah, I mean,
No way.
threw the glove off, bring it up, let's go.
He was ready for an early
Yeah.
anyway.
No, Kelly went up in my eyes when he did that.
Did. Way up. But I still would love to have seen old Lackey out there.
Yeah.
He's a free agent, by the way. Nobody.
And he's sitting at home.
12 and 12 last year.
Sitting at home.
Yep. I'd take him in a heartbeat.
There's still a number of players sitting
Yes, there
at
are.
home that.
Yeah, there is a bunch. Melky Cabrera is on the sidelines. Lackey, Mark Reynolds, 267, 30 home runs last year.
Yeah.
Scott Feldman, 7-7, 4.7, and your favorite, Jose Bautista, 203 and 23 home runs. But I'll tell you a guy that I'd sign, R.A. Dickey.
R.A. Dickey.
10 and 10, 4.26 knuckleballer.
Yeah.
He's 43. So what?
He's a knuckleballer.
You're not signing him for a career.
Yeah. Dickey had some good years.
Dickey had some damn good years, and did played on some lousy teams too.
Yeah. Knuckleballers, they can go to 45.
Easy.
Yeah.
And I'd keep Brock Holt. And I'd dump Brock Holt and keep Lynn up.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
See what
Lynn can
happens.
play.
I know, he can.
Rafael Devers should be in AAA Pawtucket for the first half of the season. I'm absolutely convinced of that now.
Yeah, but you gotta have somebody to play third.
Yep, but his defense needs work.
Yeah, it does need work.
And
You could squeeze another year out of him before he gets to arbitration, too.
I like the way you think, young man. And Chris Scuccioni's strike zone, very erratic, must drive pitchers and hitters both crazy.
Yeah.
Poyner can pitch. The kid.
The kid lefty. The
Yeah, the
kid.
kid, the lefty.
Yeah, I would agree that I just don't want to rely on him. I'd love it if he was the second lefty in the bullpen.
But I'll tell you what, I wonder how effective he'll be after the teams see him a couple of times and see that he is not blessed with a world of stuff.
No. That's why I'd like,
I think that, that he can be helpful
Yeah.
as a left-hander, but not against both sides. But he can throw the ball. He's got control. Hey, by the way, it was a great idea to keep Blake Swihart up. He's got 6 at bats, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Not sure what to say there. What can
Great
you say?
idea number 2.
Yeah.
Benintendi gets 3 hits and they sit him down the next game against the Yankees. Why? We had to get him off his feet.
Was that the excuse? Yeah. Yeah, I don't get that. It's April.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He's a
it's
young
not
kid.
the dog days of August.
Young kid, get out there and play.
Rafael, J.D. Martinez has been underwhelming so far.
Yeah. Had a grand slam the other night. He'll get going with the weather, though.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't, this is going to be an awkward season.
Yeah, it's all about the pitching, right? I mean, so far, the starting pitching's been terrific. You kind of got the big 3, right? Sale, Price have been really good.
And Porcello's been lights out.
Porcello's been lights out. So this is Porcello's every other year. This is his good year.
Yeah.
So, Rodriguez, who knows? What you do know with Rodriguez is you're not getting 32 starts out of him. You might get
12.
24. If you're lucky, you're going to get in the 20s with the kid. You need 7 starters. Goes back to, why not sign R.A. Dickey and stick him down in Pawtucket and let him pitch
Absolutely.
a little bit.
Sign him to a major league minimum
Because
and stick him down in Pawtucket.
You got every team. You're going to need 7 or 8 starters by the time the season's over.
Now they're lucky with Brian Johnson.
Yeah.
And Velasquez.
Yeah.
The Mexican from the Mexican League. Velasquez knows how to pitch.
Yeah.
And as long as he's hitting the corners, he's all right.
Yeah.
You can live with him. He's going to give you 5 or 6 of innings.
As a
2 runs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Brian Johnson.
Spot starter.
Yeah. He's
Right.
got.
So if those are your kind of 6 and 7 starters, okay. But I'm not sold on 4 and 5, right? So we got the other guy, the other kid, the other knuckleballer. What's his name?
Right.
Right.
Stephen Wright.
He's doing his suspension, and then he'll be back in Pawtucket, I would assume. I mean, maybe that's why they're not signing our Dickey, because he is our Dickey, right? We got a knuckleballer down there.
Yeah, we got him. And how about the kid out to, and I've lost my piece of paper, my note on here. Oh, here it is. Shohei Ohtani, the kid that is both a hitter and a pitcher.
Yeah, for the
7 innings, 2 hits.
Is that right?
Retired the first 19 guys he faced.
Wow. I heard he was doing really well. I didn't know the details.
He's 2-0.
Plus, he's hit a little bit, right?
He's 7 for 18 with 3 home runs and 7 RBIs in 4 starts as DH.
Wow.
Wow,
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Now, there was a story that I guess they've gone to him and they've said, well, we kind of get you plugged into every 6 days you're going to pitch. Now, in Japan, it's every 7 days.
Yeah.
Would you like to go over to the Japanese? And that's where the story ended.
Huh.
But they have.
So he is
talked to him
starting?
about it. Yeah.
He's in the starting games for them?
He's 2-0.
Yep. And he's hitting. That's great. Great.
I think it's a great story.
It's a great story for baseball. Absolutely.
Fantastic story for baseball. And another good story for baseball is, I think, is the Rem Dog is back and healthy.
Yeah, good for him.
As healthy as
That's-
he's going to be. Yeah.
Right. Hopefully it lasts.
Yeah, it's he adds a lot
Yeah.
to the broadcast because O'Brien has got good pipes, but he doesn't really add a whole heck of a lot, and the play-by-play guy shouldn't. He should be describing what
Call the
goes
game.
on out
Yeah,
there,
call the
and
game.
that's it.
Yeah.
And that's why you have the Remys and the X.
Yep. Yep.
And there's going to be some games coming up with Remy and Exley both.
Oh, that's good.
Those will be worth the price of admission.
Yeah. I'm an Eck fan. Yeah.
That'll be great. Now, Jose Batista is an interesting deal. He's sitting home,
Yeah.
doing nothing.
Yeah.
23 home runs last year, and probably could still play the outfield.
Yeah.
I mean, he was
think
decent in the outfield with a good arm.
Yeah.
I don't think his skills have left him totally.
I think his bat slowed down now.
It definitely did.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. But I would have thought somebody would have said, come on down. And
Yeah.
We'll take a chance. However, we have no way of knowing, but maybe they did. And they said, it's going to be a show me contract, major league veteran minimum. And he said, stick it.
Yeah.
I ain't going to do it.
He could have.
Yeah.
He's made his money.
Yeah. And you know what? If he's been wise, he's set for life.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Set for life.
He's got plenty.
Yeah. And old friend Danny Duffy is healthy again
Really?
with the Royals. And he's been had a good spring training, but a poor first outing. And Nick Cafato says he remains on the radar of scouts eyeing a starting pitcher to add at the trade deadline.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So who knows?
Yeah.
Where will the Red Sox be at the trade deadline?
I think they'll be looking for bullpen help.
Yeah, I think they'll look for it before then. I really
Hopefully
do.
they'll look at
yeah.
it before then.
But
yeah.
where will he be in the standings?
I think they'll be right there. You know, the Yankees have been a little underwhelming so far. CC's on the disabled list.
Yeah.
So, you know, the question there was always their pitching. Those guys, their sluggers have hit a few home runs, but they really haven't put it together yet.
Yeah, Porcello had his way with them last night.
He did. So we'll see how it goes. But that's a good lineup. They'll get it going. It's all about the pitching. I'm not despite the fact that he beats us every time he pitches against us, I don't have a lot of faith in CC. Now he's on the DL anyway.
Yeah, hip problems.
So they got a couple guys, but we'll see. But the Yankees, I think, have money to spend. So,
They do. However, they've also got a plan.
Yeah.
And they said, we're not going to do anything stupid.
Yeah.
We're going to stick with the plan. We've brought up young players. We're going to be patient. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe before the trade deadline, we'll get a player if we need him. But we're not going to go out and do. They already did something stupid with Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah, perhaps. We'll see.
Yeah. But do you know he's got he gets paid about $30 million.
Yeah.
And he's got 7 more years to go on that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know as though I'd really bite on that one. And one more thing, if you got an extra $20,
Yeah.
Derek Sanderson is in the neighborhood signing autographs at $20 a pop.
Is that right?
Yep.
Wow. Derek.
How's that sound to you?
The Turk.
The Turk. Well, folks, thanks for tuning in. Hope we squared you away. If not, if you still got some loose ends, come on back and see us in a couple of weeks, and we'll work you over again.
Sounds good.
And hopefully, we'll have some warm weather for the Red Sox to play in.
We'll have the next round of the NHL playoffs to pick.
By the way, did you watch the Masters?
I did.
Yeah. something was missing.
Yeah.
I think it was the guy that had the good voice that quietly described what was going on. I don't know who the heck it was, but anyway. Well, anyway, folks, that's it. And happy good night.